Welcome to 300 Thoughts. So, currently, the time of shooting this, there's snow outside. I'll show you a picture, but I don't want to. Just trust me, there's snow outside. But probably the time this airs, it's going to be gone. That's just the way it is. But that made me think, so I was driving. I actually had to drive somewhere today in the snow. And I'd have to say within the past 20 years of living in Seattle, I've probably driven less in the snow than any particular year that I've lived and driven in Indiana or Jersey. Yeah, it doesn't snow very often here, so it made me think of like other kind of weather phenomena. You hear it rains here all the time. It doesn't. It's wet. It's like a mist. It's one of the Seattle lies that says it's gray all the time. That's true. But when I first moved out here, my folks were concerned because they said, well, Mount St. Helens, what if it erupts again? And I had to put some perspectives into them because Mount St. Helens, because they were in Jersey, so Mount St. Helens is as far from Seattle as the length of New Jersey. I am not afraid of Mount St. Helens erupting. I do know there are stories that when it did erupt a long time ago, that ash landed here, but it's not a threat. It's not a worry. Now Mount Baker could erupt, and that happens to just be right outside Tacoma. That might be a bit of concern because it would like wipe out Tacoma, and that would be impactful in Seattle if it happened. But I'm not worried. The other thing that the concern was raised was what about typhoons? Because this is a port town, a port city, and I had to then explain that the ocean. There's a mountain range that's the width of New Jersey. And I love using New Jersey as a measurement, but there's a mountain range that's the width of New Jersey between Seattle and the ocean. Sure, there's this whole Puget Sound, which is a bunch of islands and waterways and stuff, but there's enough breakage to protect us from tsunami. Now, I do know once you cross the ferry onto that little peninsula, you do start seeing tsunami warning signs and telling you to get to a higher area, but it's not something that if there's a tsunami, that would hit here or affect here at all. Same thing, we won't get hurricanes. Now, there was a talk of a tornado, I remember a couple weeks ago, which was weird, and I think it was local. And that is because if those in Indiana, we had tornadoes. We had a lot of tornadoes. I actually seen tornadoes, and I've lived through a couple of hurricanes. So those kind of weather phenomena are not scary here. Snow, though, is scary because, again, it hasn't been very frequently that I've driven in snow here. Same for anyone else. And this is a very hilly town, a very hilly city. So if you're trying to drive, you're going to slide down hills. Not fun. But that was my thoughts on natural disasters in the greater Seattle area. Have a good one. Thanks.